next day after I've canned. You guys won't see this probably a couple days after I've canned, but my feet still slightly hurt. But I want to show you what's going on in the garden so you can see the update on that. And if you watch the weather at all, you know that some of Missouri got a pretty good wind thunderstorm a couple days ago, and it did knock some of my plants, but it didn't damage them. So I will show you guys what I mean by that. And yeah, let's go take a look at the garden. So I ended up putting my hay in here to keep it dry and wasps can't get in there and everything like that. And then these beds are still empty. My asparagus is still going. And I have pretty sure I got the Mary Washington.
Mom?
Yes.
Where's my tablet?
I think it's on the counter somewhere. And then the jalapenos, the Sugar Rush Peach, they're doing pretty awesome. Not as prolific as I thought. Maybe I need them somewhere else. Okay, and then the basil has really taken off. I really need to come out and cut some of that down again, but I should have been cutting this down way earlier. So definitely, if you got basil, be cutting it much earlier than what we did in the videos that I showed, because you'll get a lot more. And that one's the blue spice basil. And then I got my sunflowers, which I need to move actually more in the sun, but they're the mammoth, and I probably would have started them sooner if I realized how long it takes for them to grow. I feel like they take quite a while, much longer than I anticipated. And then my one lonely strawberry over here. There is some growth right there. I don't know if it's the same growth that I showed last time, but it's growing. Okay, now to over here. There's my indeterminate tomatoes that are looking great. And I got a little Japanese beetle that I will need to deal with once I take care of my kids' breakfast and stuff. I'll deal with that beetle, but they are growing awesome. Getting real tall. I'm really excited to try these King of Siberias. These tomatoes are still producing like crazy. That one, I think the wind got to this one. You can't see it as well on the video, but it definitely bent it a little more than normal. And this one's starting to produce some ripe fruit. I don't necessarily want it to be honest. But you can kind of see the wind did knock these just a tiny bit. But that ripening fruit makes me a little worried. Let's see. Need to tighten that. See there's space between the rod and the tomato. Need to tighten that up. And that tomato finally, well, this one's actually taken off. So I'll have another indeterminate tomato coming up because this one is actually growing. So that's exciting. And you can kind of just see the lean on some of these. Like this one's leaned quite a bit. I probably will need to find a way to prop those up. In this bed, I just picked a couple green beans last night for dinner, so it is starting to produce some beans. And again, these are the Kalima beans. They taste really yummy. They're a French variety. They're so good. I love them. I will say they're not as great for roasting because they don't have as much bean in them unless you let them go. But then when you let them go, they don't taste quite as good, I think. So, just FYI on those beans. They definitely taste better sauteed than roasted. And then my cucumber melons, they're going. Let's see if we can spot one. Oh, there's a little firefly. There's one. Where did I see it? There's another one. They're so tiny, but fun. And then there's nothing else in this bed still. This year I have spots. I'm not super happy about it, but it is what it is. It's life. So here's my tomatillos. These are the ones that really, like this plant, the stem was all the way over on the ground when the storm hit. So I would definitely say this got the brunt of it. The stick that was supporting this one completely broke. So there's that. I'm gonna have to trellis these up a little bit as well. So, which might be a tomorrow thing because today's fairly busy. So it's just so fun. See it from this side. And then it starts to reach and combine. Tomatillos are still growing. And then I got my green beans, which I have picked off quite a few already. And definitely with green beans, you want to pick off them and keep picking them off so that way they'll keep on producing flowers. Because otherwise, if you don't, same thing with anything that flowers, cucumbers, cucamelons, peppers. Well, I don't know actually so much with peppers as much, but your melons and then legumes, I think you want to pick them off. And I'm gonna grab a little morning snack. I'm gonna grab him, eat him for breakfast. Very, very good. And then if you look at my nasturtiums, they're popping up quite a bit, and you can definitely see in this bed. Like this one got really kind of dragged by the wind. I mean, luckily I said they're not damaged. They did get hit. And then this one finally started flowering as well. So that's exciting. And then my melons are doing really well as well. I can't remember which melon this is. It's either the Charitis, I think is how you say it. It's a French variety, or it's another French variety. I really like French varieties. I feel like they're sweeter than most like USA brand or versions of things. But I'll have to look that up for sure to be certain. There's a little, oh, it took off. There was a butterfly. And then on my green beans, or not green beans, I always, so far, every video I've said they're green beans, they're not. My peppers, I have a mix between Ozark Giant, Lipstick, and Etuda. And those are my varieties. And it's so hot in here in Missouri that my rain meter probably is not in a very good spot now. I put it there when I didn't have any plants. So I probably need to go stick it over on a pole over there where it won't get disturbed. That is the garden tour. And like I said, you guys will actually see this, even though it's the day after I made all the canning stuff. You'll actually see this a couple days after that. Anyways, I hope everybody has a great day and enjoy, at least here it's cooling off for a couple days. And I hope everybody has an amazing, productive day. Talk to you later. Thank you for hanging out with me, seeing my garden, enjoying my garden.